Welcome back to AJ Kitchen Paper. I'm Asset, this is Oats, let's do this. So let's start off by prepping our veggies. So to start off, we're going to dice up some garlic, also known as 2 cloves of it. I'm not sure why we couldn't just mince these, but you know, whatever. This is fine too. Now once you have sufficiently diced your garlic, we're going to pop it over to the side and get stuck into our Chinese chives. So dice these boys up nice and thin, grab that Nero and pop it over to the side. So we're going to start chopping up our leek, just the white bit on the diagonal, because we're fancy as hell. Alrighty, now he's nice and chopped, pop him over to the side and let's move over to the flame. In a tiny boy fry pan, heat up some oil. Make sure it's coated all the sides with a small swish swish. Now thoroughly convinced that everybody's nice and warm, chuck in about 500 grams of your favorite minced meat. We're using pork and beef mix today. Make sure he's nice and crumbly and chuck one bit about it. Then forget about this and quickly fill up 100 ml of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sugar and your diced garlic, as well as about a teaspoon of Weber or Chinese chicken stock. And then give everybody a nice mixity mix until everybody's nice and golden brown. Give it a quick taste test. And now that he's nice and beautifully reduced down, take him off to the side. Alrighty, new pan, new water. Let's boil up our noodly nudes. Now these nudes are quite thick, they're called Tsuke-men. These are a little bit thicker than your regular ramen noodles. So next time you're at your local Asian supermarket, ask for Tsuke-men. Cook these according to the packet, only a couple of minutes I'm sure. Now then turn off the heat and strain those boys out. Time to plate up, ladies and gentlemen. Because this is essentially ramen without the soup, but instead has a sauce. So let's make that. So 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, a nice crack of pepper. Now one thing that I think is a little bit hard to find overseas, but not impossible, is powdered dashi stock and a teaspoon of that. And then struggle to pop in 1 teaspoon of oyster sauce. And that is your sauce or soup done, I suppose. Give everybody a nice mixity mix. Now once at least moderately combined, pile on your noodly nudes. You want to fill these up almost to the top. And then you want to get stuck in there with your chopsticks to get everybody coated in your lovely sauce. And then on top of that, you're going to pile on your leeks and your Chinese chives or nira. Make sure that you segment everything out. You don't want to be mixing and sprinkling everybody on. That doesn't look too nice. Now it's time for some other toppings, like for example, nori. So grab your seaweed and chop it into small little strips. Now that they're nice and evenly chopped, pop them into one little spot, and then on top of that, we're going to put on our meat. So spoon up those delicious meaty boys into the middle of your dish, and you want to absolutely pile it on because this is great. Now once the whole cowl is on there, you want to make a little divot in the middle, and then just take the yolk of 1 egg and place that little golden boy right in the center of that little divot there. Stunning! And then again, this is totally optional, but minced garlic on the side along with some shichimi or Japanese 7 spice. Clean up the sides a bit there and get her ready for her photo shoot. Look at that! No soup ramen, ladies and gentlemen. Look at all those beautiful noodly nudes. Our drink for tonight is fake umeshu, because Japanese whiskey and sugar is just as good as the real stuff. Alrighty, now that we've had a sip, I think it's time for a taste test. So this was my first time actually eating Soba, and it's really good. So good in fact that you don't realize how much oil is in this. So for those of you who are on diets or are just trying to eat a little bit healthier, maybe cut down on the oil, because it is so good that you'll be gulping down bowls upon bowls of this. Now let me just give you one piece of advice. Do reduce down your meat and its sauce on a low heat for a long time. That'll make sure of 2 things. 1, that your meat doesn't dry out, and 2, your meat will absolutely be dripping in that sauce that you made in there. And just on replacements, if you can't find Tsuke-men, you can always opt for curly ramen noodles that will actually hold your sauce in there, or some other kind of noodle. As long as it holds onto that sauce, you're good. By the way, I'm not a massive fan of raw egg, so I just opt out of it. While it doesn't look as cute as our photo that we took before, it tastes just as good, I swear. We love seeing what you guys come up with when you try our recipes, so if you want to, send us a picture on Instagram or just comment below on how you went. And now I think it's my turn to get myself a bowl of this. So, till next time,